Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I hope I am alive as of now, and this video is made in Sibiu. And I intended to make this video differently, and that was to talk about some American issues. But the thing is, as I was walking in this park, let me just put it like this, as I was walking, but the goal is not me. The goal is the people that will be walking past me. I want you to look at them, each and every one. I tell you what you will not see. You will not see anything but white, like in Poland. Now, I intended to go for an evening walk and discuss a topic that I will discuss it probably at the end of this video or while I'm talking about the reality of Romania. And this topic, I picked it from Facebook, has to do with Netanyahu and the Americans. I have it right here, and this is Ben Shapiro. This guy, yeah. And when I came here with my walk, I looked around me, and there's some kind of I don't know, festival or something. There's drinks, there's music, food, meat, and all kind of Romanian shit. Very good. And all of a sudden I found that these people going towards that. Now, that's the stadium, the Sibiu's or Hermannstadt's football stadium. And as I was walking this way, I met all these white people. And I got scared because I know that these guys are weak. You know why? Because in America, the greatest country in the world, we're told that diversity is our strength. So I said, these guys must be very weak because there's no fucking diversity. I don't see any furry. I don't see any trans. I see only women, girls, men, and boys, and children, whatever you want to call them. So I'm going to let you watch these guys. I'm going to show you what's on the other side right there. And I'm going to show you the stadium as well. You ain't going to see anybody. I know we're kind of dark, but nevertheless, here it is. Why do you think it's so? Why do you think it's... Oops. There you go. Why? Because over there, we have these guys playing that. So these are playing over there. Children with trainers, coaches, if you want to give the ball back. All right, merci, thank you very much. Klop, there you go, straight to the field. And that's a very nice, how do you call it, artificial field, turf, football field. I'm not going to use, how do you call it, soccer, but you know what I'm talking about. There you go. All right, this is kind of like a stands. People come and sit down and cheer for whenever the main team plays on the field over there. It just dropped from the first, I think, from the first division or second division, but they have a new stadium. How in the hell that works? Why would you reward a team that comes from the first division, drops into the second, and you reward them with a new freaking up-to-date stadium? I tell you why. Some people made a profit, not the team. They did not deserve shit. They deserve to play right there. There's where the team. I don't give a fuck about them, just so you know. I'm not sour about them. I'm sorry about the team that plays over there in that new shit should be playing over there or somewhere where they still plant potatoes and shit. But instead, they play right there. New stadium, I think it was built last year, 2025, just to be precise. So this is Romania. Now, do you think that this stadium was built with Romanian money? I guarantee you it was built with European money. And if you say Romanian money, if you follow the money, you're going to find out probably they came from the European Union. And the European Union, just so you know, is not such a, I don't know, heaven of gold and all pearls and diamonds and shit. No, they borrow money. From where? From international monetary no fund, but international finance system. That's where they buy it. These are not economies that work on production, they are on consumption. And you borrow and consume. But you think, who's producing it? Well, why don't you go a little bit to the Asians, maybe some Africans, South Americans? Those are the manufacturing companies. These guys are just the maggots. Consume money that they do not earn. If I go over there and ask what these guys are working at, what they do, they will probably tell you they are doing services. They don't build shit, services. Anyway, yeah, all right, here they are. Look at them. Look at them. I haven't seen these Romanians for a long time in one place. Where are my money? Where is my money? Okay, my money is safe. My gold is in my backyard, dug over there, 9 feet deep. They can't find it with metal detectors. That's why. So when I need some money, I go in the middle of the night, take some money, and then work on it. Some of my diamonds. Well, I have to tell you that so far, so far, I had a personal success. Personal success. What's the personal success? Success. The personal success is I haven't argued one time. One time. You know what? I'm going to move over there. I think over there might be a better place. But hey, I think you see pretty well who's coming here. I haven't argued yet at all in Romania. Usually, my first argument starts on the airport. When I see a guy with certain authority thinking that he has more authority. And he tells you what to do when he doesn't have authority. Do you want me to tell you a story? You don't? I will tell you nevertheless. So I went to that cruise, not cruise control or Tom Cruise. I went to that cruise in the Bahamas. And when I went to the cruise in the Bahamas, I came to to Miami's port of Miami. And when I was in the port of Miami, well, what the fuck am I going to do until my plane takes off towards the fantastic state of Michigan? I said, let's go to the little marketplace. It's a marketplace over there. O puchinărială. The Romanians know what it means. Puchinărială, like a teach, like shit, like nothing. Anyway, I had to listen to orders, so I did it. I was on a mission. So I went over there to this puchinărială called the Port of Miami Marketplace. Some garbage shit, just so you know. Don't go. I mean, you can go over there and learning experience. So I went over there, whatever. So I came out. There were two security. Oh, by the way, I'm staff right here. This shirt is from 2012. 2012, my friends. Why? Woo. Can't look. Okay. Because I'm a cheap motherfucker. That's how I am. So, still good? I wear it. I don't care how old it is. So 2013, when I was working for this institution, CC, blah, blah, CC Flips, whatever it is. So, let's go back to Miami. So, I went to Miami, and at the end, I was supposed to take an Uber, and the Uber was about to be very close. So, I went into the street not in front. There were some taxis, cabs parked over there, and they were just waiting for clients. None of them were moving. Nobody entered, nobody was coming out. So I was over there nicely and pop. I went to see where the fucking Uber is. So as I was looking outside, behind, maybe there's the Uber coming, the blah, blah, blah. One of these, as we call them in Romania, boacters. You know what it's a boacter, maybe boacter. You know what a boacter is? It's like a security guard. I'm not saying anything about a security guard. The security guard has its goal and limitations, which is make sure nobody enters the institution, doesn't jump over the fence, don't steal shit, or protect the business that you are hired. You are not a police officer. That's a different story. So I went into the I went to the street, and this security guy, when I was with some other human beings around, he said, "Hey, you can't be over there. Get out of the road." Well, I looked at this little fucker, this boacter. Obviously, the other person that I was with, like, okay, I will listen because he says security, and I have a fucking fake badge on my fucking. And I was like, Who the fuck are you? I said. You mind your own business. You make sure that there's no problems on that venue, which is the Port of Miami garbage. Are you a police officer? Fuck off. You have a problem? Call 911 and see if police will arrest me. You cannot do anything. You don't have the authority. He shut his fucking, I was about to say what kind of color of mouth he had, and he shut the fuck up. He didn't do anything. The other guys moved on the fucking sidewalk, and I was over there because I knew he didn't have the fucking authority to do shit. This is what I'm talking about in Romania. A lot of people, and then guess what happened? After I left, he was showing me all kind of fingers and so on, and I showed him different kind of things. I can't do it here because, you know, the audience. I respect the audience. All right, I respect the audience because I tell the truth, right? Not necessarily the language. We are adults here. All right, so what's going on? The same here. A lot of people here in Romania being a doctor, a security guard, and I'm looking down on that. You have your duty, you have your job, you have your description, stick to it. But they overpass, surpass, whatever you want to call it, into something else, thinking they are in the enforcers of the fucking Constitution. Oopsie, someone opened a champagne. Can I have some? No? Excuse me, sir. This is public drinking right there. Zap, you see that big guy? Glumesc, stai liniștit. Aș vrea, dar n-am pahar, dar pot să beau din sticlă. O ștergi după aceea. All right. Funny people. No, anyway, so what's going on? I went to the city hall today. I had something to solve in the city hall. The gentleman over there asked me if I have a glass, and I said, I don't have a glass. I'll drink out of the bottle, and I will wipe it after I drink. He didn't entertain. He didn't like this guy has nice legs right there. Must be a athlete or something. You see that? I'm not a but hey, I admire beauty and that strong legs, strong hand. Am I cooking with my strong hand? Anyway, so I went to the city hall. Now remember, in a city hall, those guys are bureaucrats. That means they're paid by the people's taxes. So they have to suck your dick if you show up. Not literally, you know what I mean. And they have to do what you tell them. Say, anyway, I asked for some information. Ooh, look at that. Whoo, what's going on over there? I can't show. You're gonna see passing. Maybe you can identify what I was looking at. Okay, so I went to the city hall and it was a woman about my age, I would guess, maybe older, not beautiful. And she was sitting over there and I asked, okay, well, I'm looking for this. And she said, well, you go down the street to the left over there. What the fuck street? I asked again for clarification. She gave me the same thing. Now remember, you say, Emil Kosman, yes, you turn left, you take the street X and you turn left on Y. And I say, huh? You don't repeat it. Because if you repeat it, I'm going to say again, huh? That means you have to change something. You can't go and say X and Y. You have to say, you know what? That's a little brothel by the X. And when you by the X, you get close to the brothel, you go on Y and you're going to find something else, you know, a whorehouse. So that's, you have to change. And if I will be again, huh? Then you try something else. That is the way of education or the way to teach children. You don't repeat the shit. So anyway, she was repeating, very bored, so I said, fuck, okay, I'll find it, god damn it. So I turned around and I went towards the room and the Romanian hothead and gene kicked in. And I said, pizda mătii, mânca mea e pula de târfă. You Romanians, please translate it in the comments below. I said, hey, lady, this is the R-rated or whatever, the clean version of what I said. I said, my dear fellow Romanian, I said, instead of being nice and giving me the right things, you are just bored, like I was bothering you, and so on. So I got almost to get out, and I wanted to turn around and say, what the fuck, and take her to task. But then I realized I will not solve anything. I will ask for a manager. A manager will show up in the same way. And why should I try to do this? Why? I will tell you a good thing about Romania that happened to me. So again, the person over there did not give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. She didn't surpass or overpass or whatever you want to call her condition or her title. She didn't give a fuck. And she was paid by, she didn't know who I was. She assumed because I was speaking Romanian, clearly without an accent, that I was probably a baboon from Sibiu. Now let me tell you a good thing that happened in Sibiu, and I'm very proud of that, and I had a little enlightenment. The enlightenment was the education, the civilization comes or starts from home. Whoa, I know, it's only rock and roll. You would say, motherfucker, you just realized now, Emil, you're a baboon. No, not that way. I will explain. So what happened? I had to go to, unfortunately, to the medic. Not me, for someone else. That's why I had some emergencies here, besides others, besides Putin's mission to make sure that Ukrainians are okay. So I was to this facility, medical center, whatever, and the person I was with, anyway, I walked out of my seat, and the Romanian quickly jumped on the seat. I looked around. I said, "Well, that's not my." As an American, as a Romanian, I would say, "What the fuck? Get up, motherfucker!" I was sitting over there. That's my seat. But as an American mentality, I would like to think. Not everybody does that. I would like to think. I said, "Well, it's not my name on that chair, since it was free and open, that means anyone can stay. It was not like, oh, I sat over there, it's still warm, while my butt was over there, okay, with all the poop or so on." No, I couldn't say that. So I just said, okay, all right, fair enough. She just took advantage of that, and good for her. She was a woman of about, I don't know, 45, let's say, 45 years old. She sat down, I said, all right. But then the person I was with was older than 45. Nevertheless, this one took her seat, not mine actually. Nevertheless, but it was an older guy, older like my age, and I'm old, who saw the whole situation. He was sitting down. He saw the situation. When I tried to go back, I said, the American civilization kicked in. And I said, okay, well, that's not my name on it. Fuck off, Emil, get the fuck out. Baboon. So he did something we were taught in Romania, or at least in my family and in my school with Tovarășul Rada, my teacher. You stand up and give your seat to an older or elderly person. And he stood up and invited the person, not me. I mean, obviously I was a fucking, you know what I mean? who would say, excuse me, sir, you need to sit down because you're such a nice, good-natured guy? I don't think that never happened. Anyway, so unless I was like, so he stood up and invited the other person, the elderly person, to sit down, and the elderly person sat down. And I thanked him very much. And I was thinking, I look at this guy, and I figured out who he was with. He was with a woman, and the way they look peasantly. Now, peasantly, in reality, let's start with this one. In Romania, if you're called a peasant, that's a derogatory term, okay? That means you're uncultured, uncivilized, stinky, simple man, that kind of thing. You are. Not a farmer, a peasant. I can be a farmer, but I cannot be a peasant. So if I buy land and I start planting shit, I could be called a farmer, but not a peasant. But it's a peasant buys land, and he's a peasant. He's not a farmer, he's a peasant. Because, you know, it's a, anyway. If you have any questions, call me. I will let you know what that exactly means. So this seemed to be a peasant, the guy, or at least with peasant origins, looking at them, smelling them, anyway. I know you're going to say, well, I mean, this is stereotyping. No, this is experience, knowledge, and my wonderful genius to read people. Okay, now that we put that to the side, let's go back. So I thanked him, and I was thinking, I look at this guy, I said, this guy is a peasant. Maybe he was a genius, I don't know, from the fucking William III of England. But doesn't matter. To me, that's what he was. And I said, who taught him that? Either in a family, or, and I'm going to go more than that, school, or he did it himself. I don't think it was his wife or something, but it could be. But I'm saying he got that from somewhere else, and he did it fantastically. And then I went and I appreciate, I was thinking, look at that, that comes from, that guy learned it in in his family. Anyway, his family. So whatever happened, he did a good thing. I was glad. I said, that's hope in Romania. Now, let me tell you something else. In Romania, I have this problem with Romanian queues or lines, as I call them. You're going to buy something. Another thing, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to the uh, medical thing. Another beautiful thing that happened, people who were coming over there, they were asking something that did not happen before when I was here, when I was living here full time. Excuse me, who is the last person? Because the nurse would come and say, who's next? And it was up to us, the imbeciles, to say, I was afraid I was before you and I go in, okay? And before it was like, I have elbows, bam, bam, boom, boom, smack, smack, and I get in. You know what I mean? Argue and so on. And the nurse would not bother to figure out who was next. That's wrong. With a ticket, click number. That's it. You got a number? No. Fuck off. So nevertheless, it was a beautiful thing, but people respected and said, who's next? And they knew who was next, and nobody challenged that. In Romania, I always hated the Romanian queues and Romanian lines. So you have a place, let's say you have here, you have this place right here, and there's the desk, or wherever you, the door. You have everybody being the fucking around, and it's me. And when the door opens, clicky clacka cool. All right. When you see that opening, everybody's like, it's me. Motherfucker. You know who was here first, who was second, who was third, and so on. No, that's the way it was. Now, when people tell me, oh, why do you are so upset with Romania? Motherfuckers, first, show me that the baboons right here that look so beautiful. Look how they look. They're all dressed nicely, all beautiful. I smell beautiful of perfumes and so on. Cologne. They all look at them. If you make a line right there with something, you're not going to see them one after another after another. You're going to see who they really are. Once you're going to show me that these motherfuckers, I'm sorry, I should keep it lower. These beautiful people will be able to stay in line on their own without being psh, 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 like I'm intending to do when the Russians will put me in power. Just kidding, guys, just kidding. All right? No, democracy is not going to be, I will not get the power democratically. It's going to be by divine order. Why? Democracy in Romania did not work. Look who they had, look who they have. So again, when these guys are going to show me that the Romanian lines, when the Romanian lines are eliminated, then I would be more eager to say, yes, man, I will take certain things back. Until then, fucking civilize yourselves. Yes, yourselves, because I'm outside of that. I don't care, man. I don't care. Why? I tell the truth. The best way is to do this. Go yourself in Romania and look at the lines. I want you to do that. Now, it is true that it's not as bad as it was. I have to accept that. But still, you have to pay attention. All right, done with that, beating a dead horse, done with that. You want rather that way? Or you want to go that way? Or you want to go this way? But this way, you see me all the time, so I want to show you. Oh, these guys seem to be over. And have you seen how many people came around? Oh. Have you seen how many people have been around here since I've been here? And they're still coming. They're still coming over there. It's a long way. Now, you see how organized they are? Do you think this guy's going to say, why is Romania paying $6.6 billion to Rheinmetall, a German arms manufacturing company? Do you think they will come so many to protest their government fucking them in the ass like that? Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. It is what it is, my friends. All right, I can stay longer. Let's go to Mr. Ben Shapiro. Now, I don't know the Romanian audience how familiar is with this Jewish guy who I think works in his heart for Israel's interest and his group. And I figured that out when I was listening to him. Yes, I did listen to Ben Shapiro a long time ago, because you have to enhance your knowledge. So you try to broaden your horizon. And when you do that, You try to look even if at people that you don't like or people that you disagree with, because you might learn something even by observing that, even by observing the style, by observing the psych cheap psychological tricks that they use, like Shapiro. And I found this on Facebook, and this is supposed, I'm going to read it to you, I'm going to show it to you. This is supposed to be a good thing. This is supposed to be a good thing. So let me show you. I'm going to show it to you like this, and then you go, I'm going to read it for you. This is from Ben Shapiro, and this is what, right there. Daily Wire, Pakaraka, I will leave it there a little bit longer. You can stop if you want and read it. I will read it too. Ben Shapiro, Israeli Prime Minister, war criminal maybe? No, no. Benjamin Netanyahu, is that his name? Is that his name? Okay. Is backing a new congressional in the United States, congressional resolution that calls for phasing out US military aid to Israel and replacing it, and this is the key bullshit. So let's stop right there. So Netanyahu is for the United States phasing out, stopping any military aid to Israel. You go like, now, where is the catch? In the second part of the fucking retard shit. And this is what he says. And replacing it with joint strategic partnership between, Shapiro says, the longtime allies. Well, Shapiro, if we are allies, why in the fuck you guys bombed us in 1967 USS Liberty? I'm listening eagerly, beaverly. Why? I tell you why. Because they're not our allies. Each country has its own interest. That bullshit was fed to the imbeciles in America that we are allies. We're not allies. We are people that sometimes our interests align. And when they don't align, fuck off. The problem is one country owns another one. It's very obvious which one. So Shapiro is so happy to tell everybody, no, you see, Netanyahu wants the aid to stop. But he wants more than that. We're going to be in a partnership. I will give it to you, not like that, but give it to you in a example with a marriage, right? Marriage and friendship. So we are friends, intimate friends. You see how nice I am? I don't say fuck buddies, but hey, intimate friends. So we're intimate friends, and we go to a restaurant. Who's paying? Well, you pay your shit. I pay my shit because you are strong, empowered woman, right? Yeah. Maybe you can pay for mine. No, no. Okay. Right. So I pay my shit because I'm an asshole, and you pay your shit because you are a strong, empowered woman. Good for you. Now, imagine if we get married. Who do you think is going to pay? Me. I'm going to pay. So basically what is here is from a friendship, supposedly. Remember, a friendship is reciprocal. So you know, you give me, I give you, it's something like this. This is a friendship. Now, in a partnership, it's not a part. We're not going to give me money. We're going to take it from you by our marriage. We get married now. So if let's say I'm married right here with here. Am I off? Am I off or something? Let me look. Someone is calling me, and I understand why someone might be calling me. So let's see. Go to this and communicate. Maybe someone wants something from me. So remember, we are friends, but with benefits. You know what? Friends with benefits? That usually happens when this usually happens after a divorce. The woman remains with the man, friends, but he goes over there and he fixes her house, but helps her buy a house, or helps her fix her car, but she doesn't give him pussy or anything. Sometimes that's it. This is friends with benefits, just so you know. So is that what it is? Is that what it is? So remember, look at those guys over there. They're still coming. They're still coming. All right, let's see what the hell. Still coming. They will not do that for their own rights. They have fun and they love going to have fun. Oh, remember, I was talking about the Hungarian in 1920. It was the Romanian-Hungarian War, when the Hungarians became communists and the Europeans told the Romanians to go and smack them around. And the Romanians did, because the Hungarians wanted some territory. They didn't follow the, I think today is the signing of the Trianon. Nevertheless, they didn't show up. And I think today they signed one of the Trianons. They didn't sign one day, but nevertheless, Trianon, the First World War. So what happened? The Romanians went and fought the Hungarians, fucked them, and went to Budapest. But what they did in Budapest, they were having like a circle. So this is where they were trying to impress the Hungarians. They were marching with the army from woods in front of the Hungarian army and going to back in the woods, and then going in a circle and coming again. So it was a circle. But the Romanian army were 3 baboons and 5 cows, 2 baboons and 3 fleas. And but being like that, the Hungarians saw the Romanian army coming and coming and coming and coming from the woods, coming in the woods, coming in the woods, going. But it was a circle. Going in the woods were going around and coming again. And he said, "Oh my God, these are like Chinese, man. Are like billions of people. Well, we want peace because you're too many. We can't fight you." That's how the story goes. All right. That's how the story goes. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's how it goes here in Romania. I know we beat the Hungarians. They never beat us. They beat us with the Germans. Anyway, forget about it. My point is, these guys are not fighting. They were not there to fight for their own rights. But here, there's a party. Well, I don't know if I'm still on. I hope I am. But who cares? Let me try to do something else here. The last attempt to be a nice guy, because, I'm good-natured and so on. And what can you do? See if it's working. I don't know. I'm trying. It's a lot of music, a lot of people. No, it is? All right. Ulamia. As I said, I'm good. I'm golden. I don't fucking know. So remember, Ben Shapiro, this guy, I was listening to him before because there were some he paid a lot for commercials, just and for promotions. It's his money, Mossad's money. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know. Anyway, so he was Shapiro destroys this. Shapiro destroys that. Facts don't care about your feelings and shit like that. Nice, certain things nice, but I realized that there were a few subjects under which this Mr. Shapiro would reset himself, would be like logic, objectivity, fact-based evidence, took a 50,000 back seat. And that was when he was talking about Israel and Palestine, the Arabs and the Iranians, obviously, and Vladimir Putin and Russia. Mr. Ben Shapiro, Putin's a criminal. Okay, Ben Shapiro, where is your evidence? We all know, my friend. All right. So I watched a few like this, and I said, this guy is intellectually dishonest. It is. It is. I said, these two subjects, he's out. Like, for instance, Dan Bongino. I know we're supposed to love these guys, but no, they are fakers. Just so you know, they are fakers. Bongino, the same thing. When he talks about Putin and Israel, he's again on the wrong side. But the rest, yeah, the transgenders, the homosexuals, blah, 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 blah. Like Trump. Trump wants to get his base back. You're going to find out he talks about the transgenders, the immigration, and all that. And then he fucks you up by attacking Iran. Really? Yeah, he gives you $1 and takes everything you got. This is him. So with Ben Shapiro, it didn't take me long to figure it out. And I said, adios, amigos, shalom, never see you again. So again, he tells us how he told us this story about Netanyahu. Like we're supposed to love Netanyahu. I heard Shapiro saying, Israel actually is an asset for us. All the intelligence Mossad feeds us, it's helpful. Otherwise, we will not get intelligence. False intelligence? Counter information? What is it? They don't say that. Oh, bună, ce coincidență. All right. My fucking God. These people flew with me, not with me, I met them where they meet, in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. They flew with me from Chicago straight here to Sibiu. I mean, I'm not going to tell you the route. And she waved at me with her son. Unbelievable. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on here. They were like, and I was like, okay, back. And that's the way it was. So again, the best way to figure out who a person is this. listen to the person, or not befriend. Befriend is, let me put this higher. All right, higher. All right, why higher? Let me tell you. If I would do, I'm going to show you something. Well, obviously not. It's okay. So I will tell you some other time. Uh, what the fuck am I talking about? Ben Shapiro. The best way to figure out is to be in the proximity of these people. Not to, don't believe me. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to investigate. I want to say, okay, I'm going to fuck this Emil up right now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and listen to him and see if he's telling the truth. And I'm going to, for me, that would be like, victory, victory, ha, ha, ha. That's a Manowar, my favorite metal band. Manowar, Eric Adams, Joey DiMaggio, and everybody else. So, favorite band. Metallica is second. So what do I have? And good too, good too. As I said, second. So go and befriend them. Go and verify. Check. I'm just raising the ball like in volleyball. I'm in the middle. You see, got two strikers on the left and right. Used to be. Right now, even the guy in the middle can strike the ball. And the ball comes, you put it up left or right. They get the ball up for you, so you go and jump and fucking spike it 3 meters. Okay, that's what I want you to do. So don't believe me, hate me, suck my thing. Go and verify for yourselves. The same thing with everything I say. I don't want you to believe me 100%. I mean, obviously, after a while, you will understand that I tell the truth. And when I tell the truth, I build, trustworthiness. But even then, if you have doubts, don't just buy it. Obviously, go and check for me what I say. Sometimes I make mistakes. All right. So the same with Shapiro. Don't believe me? Go and do it. Go and see who those guys are and ask them, hey, how about Israel? And you're going to find out evidence, objectivity, and everything else goes out the window. And these guys, I don't think they work for the American interest. I would go as far. And I, as an American citizen, loving American citizen, patriot, nationalist American citizen, I would say that these guys are not actually promoting. Like, for instance, you have the other baboon, what's his name? The great Mark Levine, as Donald Trump used to call that, another fucktard of the same stripe as Mr. Shapiro, the same guy. That was even. You want another one? I will tell you. The other guy was Mr. Michael Savage. I listened to that guy too. I liked when he was taking on the blacks. And he was, again, these guys are doing the same thing. They rally together, the whites, by attacking groups that the whites might or they were conditioned to hate. And while doing that, they promote their shitty group interest. Watch it. Michael Savage, Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, and it's another one that usually is too obvious in the same way. And if you look at them, it's another one. It's also Jewish and homosexual. He just bought a child. I'm sorry, he adopted the child with his I don't know how they identify nowadays, wife, husband, what the fuck. Basically, they fuck them one another in the ass. That's what they do. It's just a lifestyle, they tell us. But they buy children. I'm sorry, adopt. What's his name? I know. I used to like that guy for a little while. Remember, I listened to these guys. And that was one of the reasons why I'm doing this. Because it's obvious to look, for instance, at Chris Cuomo and say, Chris Cuomo is clear, right there. Well, that's clearly on the left. Then you look, okay, who's that? Don Lemon, another, clear on the left, okay? But then you go to the white on the right, Bill O'Reilly, and say, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not on the right. You're the same guy telling this for us and then promoting this. And then you got Hannity from Fox News. Not very high IQ. My personal assessment, very low IQ, but you can look at his forehead and it tells you a lot. I know genetics, we can't go to that because that would go us to eugenics and then Adolf and all those bad dudes. But hey, when we buy a horse, we look at certain things in order to figure out if we buy. It's so idiotic, man. It's so ridiculously idiotic. So let's say you go to a horse and you go and look at the horse and you see the horse being really fat. His belly goes and hit the fucking ground. Would you buy that horse? I wouldn't. But you hire someone who's over fucking weight, don't you? Why? Because they're as hard of working as the fat horse. You go to a horse and the horse doesn't have teeth. Are you gonna buy the horse? No, you aren't. Why? The same here. Someone comes to you and say, how are you doing? Hey, I'm met, motherfucker. You're only good at sucking dick. That's all. I mean, you're not going to buy it, are you? All right. Man, I'm so fantastic. All right. And Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Blablastic, Mr. Lova Lova, right? All right. All right. Man, he got him. Oh, no, no. What's this for me?
Yes.
Pentru mine? Da. Păi nu pot să fac public. Nu, plecați acasă. Oh, Doamne, păi da, așa arăt de... Nu-i problemă. Voi să faceți voi să vă faceți probleme. Când eu fost gura asta... Oh, Doamne. Pe acum văd de poliția ce căios ăla. Doamne, am primit un cadou. Let's see. A present. A gentleman brought it to me. And we're talking about we didn't put the mouth on it. I said, well, I wouldn't be concerned with you. You should be concerned with me, I said. All right, what is this? Daos. Ros paparaca demi-sec. That's semi-dry. All right. You're not gonna report. You're not gonna nu mă raportez, no? It's not alcohol, actually. It's not alcohol. No. It's just vin spumant fără alcohol. I don't like to drink out of bottle because it's not classy. All right. So, see, that's a good Romanian over there. He saw a man in need. He gave me a helping hand. You know what a helping hand is? Ask a woman, she's gonna tell you. A certain kind of woman. If I drink all this, I will tell you more than I have to tell you. I know you motherfuckers would love that. Yeah, and then you're gonna be like, woo, woo, woo. Go to fucking nebuni. All right, but I still remember what the fuck was I saying, right? No, I don't know what the fuck I was saying. You see, alcohol took my mind, took my brains already. When I was in Kyokushin, for me the biggest, the highest way of tameshiwari. Tameshiwari is the art of the breaking stuff. So you know how. Sorry, hey, I drank some wine already. I drank some retsina. You know what retsina is? Retsina is a Greek dry wine, and it's called retsina from resina. Resina is the sap from the pine trees. And in the old days, our ancestors, the civilizers of us, not the Judeo-Christian garbage they tell us we are, so on, they used to store wine in sheep skin, and they would insulate it inside with resina, with the sap from pine trees, so it doesn't seep out. After a while, the wine will take the smell. It's spumante, right? You see. God damn it! These guys are gonna think I'm gonna fuck it. Police comes over here, I'm gonna be in fucking trouble. Anyway, I'm gonna put it far away, so I say it's not mine. It's a foot away from me. So anyway, so we put resina. They would insulate, and the wine will get the taste of resina. So I drank resina after I drank Nicomania Ethics, I think. Aristotle, Nicomania Ethics, I think. The ethics, basically. And when they did that, when I read that, they talk about retsina. And that's how I learned about retsina. And so I bought retsina. Since then, I've drank retsina. I like retsina. Retsina is rășină. In Romanian, is rășină. In Greek, I don't know, is retsina or something. So it's wine with... What are you looking for? All right, anyway. So I drank some of that with some good sea bass, a good company, obviously. I also ate some mușdei. So you can only imagine how my mouth... Okay, so it's garlic. La revedere. Mulțumesc, să rămână. Da. Și uite așa, that's the way it is. What else can I tell you, my friends? I can talk and talk and talk. Maybe I get the subjects from you guys over there. All right, I'm not drunk or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not under the weather. But let's see. Maybe I find a subject over there. Glue is made from bones. Yeah. Also, you know what's also made from bones? Gelatin. Gelatin, that everything you have with gelatin is made out of the bones. They boil it, and there you go. All right, success. Muslims. What about Muslims? Oh, the thing that happened right now, the stabbing. The economia is like church wine. Okay, all up. Just don't drink from open bottle. I don't poisoned. My friends, let me put it this. Someone said over there, I should not drink from open bottle. They drank. I don't know if they come on that or whatever they did. Let me tell you this. And this is not a macho thing. Just put it this way. If I die today, it's okay. It's okay. I'm a fulfilled person. I think by analyzing my life in comparison with people that I know around me, I'm a fulfilled person. I lived as much as I could. There's more to live, but looking at other people I know in their lives, I'm okay. Now, what I don't like is an idiot life, an idiot death. Like right now, I'm sitting right here, and an imbecile shoots the ball, hits me in the head. I get a little mini stroke, and I die. Now that's an imbecilic death. I don't want to die like that. Heroic, I don't look for that. But I'm saying I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die. I don't want to die like an imbecile. It doesn't mean that I'm reckless, but these guys drank out of it over there. I saw them when they opened it. I don't know them. I don't think they were over there from Ukraine or from Israel. I don't know who else was some of this. But nevertheless, I drank, and so be it. What can I do? Good for them. They didn't drink after me. Where this mouth was, we can make a competition. Come over here. I'm going to tell you. You tell me. So let's look. What else I have? Live a truthful life. That's number one. Well, yes, yes. I have a few regrets. I don't like regrets. That's why I like to do things so I don't regret not doing them. But I rather fail and not being able to accomplish something that say I never tried it. That's a regret for me. Um, a truthful life. I have a few regrets when I should have spoken up or intervened, but I was afraid, and I kept my mouth shut. And it was a good decision then because I was young and I could have had an impact on my life, a negative impact that probably could have. But I kept my mouth shut, and I'm still wrestling with that. And I should have said something. I should have intervened, but I was afraid. That's the truth. I was afraid. So yes, a truthful life, but sometimes, you know, you can't be whatever. No Mossad agents. You'll be fine. Thank you very much, man. You say that, I'm great. Good. Thank you. All right. What if you are still watching out? I am. I am watching out. I don't want to die like a retard. Watching someone comes from behind and pushes me in front of a bus. You know. And you have the instinct of conservation as a human being, as an animal. You still have it. It's like push me, give me death or give me liberty. I mean, that is a how do you call that? A conscious decision. But when something happens instinctually, you're gonna hold on. Like tomorrow, next time, I'm gonna be in the vessel, the liner, the whatever I was in the cruise liner would start sinking. I guarantee I will do everything to stay alive. I'm gonna say, so be it, God, take me. Fuck no. I take you. Sometimes you can be afraid. Yes, that's where courage comes. When you're afraid and do things. Think you're smarter than I think you smarter, son. This UFK. What? Franklin Delano Crosnell. Cute ladies behind. I'm glad you like it. Are you in a bathroom? Use some baby lotion. Oh fuck! Mass immigration is pushing the many in the sins of the few. Let me tell you this. There's big differences, cultural differences, and I would say um, genetic differences. I know it's not politically correct to say that, but I'll say it because that's my opinion as a free human being, if I am. And there are very changes, like women. You might like certain kind of traits in a woman, but you don't like in another woman different traits. So you pick. What are you looking at? She gave me a look like this. A woman. Anyway, when she woman. So you can look at certain traits, and the traits come, and not only the traits, the preference, the come from what you've been taught to like and what you did not like, and they get through epigenetics inside of your genes, more or less. So for instance, I've been taught not to lie. Other people were taught to lie because that's good if you don't get caught. I know families who teach their children, and they have an but I'm not, it's not about culture here. I'm not about cultures who lie. Not that. For instance, in the, and don't correct me if I'm wrong, because I know I'm right. For instance, in the Turkish culture, in the 13th, 14th century, 15th century, when the Turks started coming towards Anatolia, Anatolia is crossing to Europe, bribery, that means giving someone something for a how do you call it, a service that was supposed to be, like for instance, I would have gone to the city hall today and I would give her a condom, used one, to that person and smack her over the face, and that's a bribery. All right, that gets. I should fucking hide that bottle because it looks too much as being mine. Okay, I hid it. Only the neck comes out. All right. So certain things are acceptable in certain societies. Like for instance, in certain societies, minor marriages and arranged marriages are acceptable. Were acceptable. In other societies, were not. Now imagine you bring in my family a minor arranged marriage. I would not like that. But if I accept more of you with that culture in my society, in my house, in my culture, in my family, you're gonna change my family. Why do I want my family to be changed when it's mine? Why don't you change your family? My point is this: you fuck yourself over there, I fuck myself here. That's it. All right? That's what my opinion is. When I went to America, and let's say I come from Japan, and in Japan, as in England, Great Britain, you drive on the left side of the street or the road. I didn't go over there to America and say, "Excuse me, watashi wa iko no Emil Kosman desu wa." I didn't say, "I'm Mr. Kosman. I want you to drive on the left," because you have to be flexible with my culture. Because as an American, you have the right to say, "Fuck you." You come here, you do how we live. You live how our culture live. You don't want that? Go back to your fucking Japan. That's how I see it. The same over here. I'm not gonna go to Japan as an American or as a Romanian. How you wanna? Hey, motherfuckers, you're gonna ride now. Not on the how do you call it? Migi. You're gonna go in Hidari. Okay, Migi and Hidari, left and right. Oh, you're gonna change. Who the fuck are you? You came here. So in America, I don't try to change the culture. I merely want to remind my fellow Americans that they are losing, they are fucked by outside interests, and their values, their enlightenment that they brought to the world, to their Declaration of Independence and their Constitution, if you put it in the context of the world in 70, 76, 70, 80, and so on, you understand that's a genius motherfucking thing. That's all I'm doing, all right? But I think certain cultures should be separate. They cannot live together. They will get into conflict. Like you get with your wife in conflict. I want to fuck women, she wants to fuck men. We are in conflict right there. Understand? You only have to fuck me, all right? And only you. Only you. All right, so that's what let's see what else we have here. Too bad democracy died in Romania. Cameron, Dobrian, 70, 76, 70, 77. No, I have to add something to that. Democracy was never born in Romania. In Romania was never democracy. It never died because it was never born. That's my opinion. Everything we had as a democracy was staged and ordered by outside. It was not a democracy here. When Iliescu won, it was not because the democracy. When Constantinescu, when Băsescu, when this semi won, no, there's Călin Georgescu was blah blah blah. No, democracy was never born. More like Romanian Tucker. Well, let me tell you about Tucker Carlson, since you mentioned Tucker Carlson. Now is getting there. Tucker Carlson was very mild. Remember, Tucker Carlson is older than me. He's 56, I think, or 57. I think 56. He's talking barely the way I talk, and others who are saying more things than I say. All right, because these guys are watching me and they do whatever they want. But Tucker Carlson, 5 years ago, asked him about Israel. He was the Jewish state. 5 years ago? Do you mean at 51? You didn't get it? Candace Owens, fantastic. But before she got fucked by Mr. Shapiro, how was she with that? Now she's all, why? Because both of these guys, I suspect, were fucked by the same guys. Now that's not nice. You have to realize things in the abstract, with your brain, not with your logos, not with your pathos. They now tell the truth regarding this important issue of our society just because they got fucked. Before they got fucked, they were all good. All good. I work for Ben Shapiro. I'm going to make some money. Yeah, he's going to promote me. Until she was told, hey, what do you mean Christ is king? Huh? Oh, so you're not who I thought I was? So she, Candace Owens, who I like very much, had her epiphany or whatever, enlightenment, a few years ago when she got fired personally. Understand? Before that, she was supposedly, hey, bateka, meka, meka, faka. So no, I'm not like Tucker. I'm not like those guys. I'm better than them. Why? Because when I saw them, when I was merely a, I don't know, I can't tell you what I was. When I wasn't looking at these guys, like as I said, I started with Hannity and all that, with O'Brien, all those, Bill, whatever his name is, Bill O'Reilly. I said, these guys supposed to be on our side, but they're not. And they're lying, and they're, how do they call it, mediocre. They are I said, I can do fucking better than that. I am better than so. No, I don't accept that at all. I'm not saying that, oh my God, Emil, you're better. I think I'm better. I tell you that, I think I'm better. And if you tell me that money measures that, I disagree with that. Because Tucker has about 20, he's worth $22 million, about $22 million. How did he make the money? At CNN? Was he better than me, you think? I don't fucking think so. All right, who was his father? Tell me that. Anyway, he got to Fox. In Fox, it was a growth for Tucker. Until he got fucked. And we got fucked, says, oh, maybe I tell the truth now. Really? You're not like 18, 19, 20. Remember, I'm ashamed of myself for shutting up as a youngster in situations of neighborhood shit. He kept his fucking mouth at the biggest fucking Fox News. So what is that? No. I don't give a fuck. Call him. Let him call me. Let him. I'm going to tell him the same shit. What is he going to say? I do not lie here. Why? Truth is the best weapon. There's so much garbage over there to talk about that really don't have to lie. What's going on here? O'Reilly, where is that? While he O'Reilly is a Trojan horse, as is I'm waiting for Megyn Kelly to be a Trojan horse. I know Mr. Chris Cuomo is. I know Don Lemon is in the sphere where I am, and people like me. They are over there. They will be promoted by algorithm, and you're never going to hear from me. You're going to hear from these fantastic guys that were very good, supposedly, in the garbage that they gave the Americans for so many years. Now they come here, and you're going to hear again from them somehow. They have zero credibility. We all made mistakes. That's true. But no, just go and listen to them and find out. Again, don't trust me. Don't believe me. Go and listen to them and see if they're not the same as they were over there. What else? Truth is a lion. Megyn Kelly for sure. Megyn Kelly started talking about I like to drink some juice right now, just lately. And Ben Shapiro and so on. Why? So probably she got fucked somewhere. Didn't she? She got fired, didn't she? All right, whatever. Edward Griffin is also a great man. The baboons. Yeah, the baboons are the baboons. But, we have to expose them. We have to tell the truth. When someone calls you a name, they say, Emil is a racist. Okay, what did I say? Well, you said this. Is it true? No. They never hide. They never debate the issue. They want you to shut the fuck up, be embarrassed, and assassinate your character in front of everybody else, so nobody listens to you. If I will be ever invited by Ben Shapiro, it's not going to be like, Emil, let's talk about the truth. No, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be like, oh, Mr. Cosman, I heard that when you were, 29 years old, you crossed the red line in Massachusetts, huh? How are you a law-abiding citizen? You tell everybody to love you, and look at you. This kind of cheap shot. But if you're smart enough, you go and understand. Emil, run? No, I tell you how I do it. With tanks. I'm not trying to be violent. I don't promote violence. But look where democracy got us. How can I run? Where? In Romania? Look what happened with the other guy. And I don't equate myself with him. Do you think that these guys, if they really look into my statements, comments, posts, and whatever, they're not going to find something to tell me that I'm actually a, I don't know, sympathizer or denier or an ist or a whatever? They will do that and they will put in the media and I'm done. Why? They have a bigger megaphone than I have. Not, I don't run. And when Putin gives me those Formula One cards, then we're talking. I'm just kidding. All right, what is that? How will Russia respond to the St. Petersburg attack? I have to tell you that I didn't read the news now. Wasn't an attack on St. Petersburg with the economic forum? I'm not aware, so I'm sorry. I was doing other things, as I told you. I can look right now, actually. But look on Russia. I have to go on a VPN. Yeah, because in Sibiu, in Romania, these guys control what information you can get. So I have to use a VPN to get to fucking Russia today. I know some of you guys gave me some suggestions to do this and do that, and I tried, and access denied by the authorities because mommy and daddy decided I should not listen to Russia today because they're bad dudes, Emil, bad dudes. What else? They changed it into back to Germany. They changed it back to the German name. But wasn't it Saint Petersburg the name because it was founded by Peter the Great? Wasn't that Petersburg? From Saint Petersburg, it became Leningrad. From the non-Russian Lenin back to Saint Petersburg. Saint Petersburg was an enlightened man at his time. Okay. Uh, Palinka in the US to make your strategic stock. I have Palinka, my friends. I have Tsuika. I have that, but I don't drink it. I give it to my American friends to get them drunk. I don't drink Tsuika. I don't drink that. I drink wine mostly and sometimes beer when it's hot. All right, Romania is part of the European Soviet Union. Correct. Shit, correct. It was St. Pete or Leningrad all the way. Well, after all, what does it matter? Who controls it? Who's in charge of it? Who changes it? Who influences it? If tomorrow, let's say your name is Mike, and let's say you are a German. Let's say Mike, Michael, whatever I'm gonna call you, and you're German, and your town is gonna be full of, I know, I'm not from my friends from Zimbabwe, and they're gonna speak their language and they're gonna have their culture. Do you care how the name of the city is? That's not the city it was intended to. So the essence is more important than the name. I mean, they can tell we're great, like the Americans, the guys in charge of them. Oh, we're exceptional, we're fantastic. But if you look at the record, who bombarded the most countries in the world in, let's say, past half of century? Let's take it. Who? Really? And they tell the Iranians are not trustworthy? How many contracts, how many understanding and treaties these guys just violated? Just take the Indians and find out. Don't ask me, go and verify. Freedom comes with responsibility. Where you ditch the responsibility, prepare to pay the price. No, no. If I'm in charge, I'm not going to pay a price ever. I will die happily ever after. Lenin never paid the price, and he was a piece of garbage. So not always. You don't pay the price. If you're in charge, you're not going to pay the price. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And if we go to the, all right, it's getting darker here. I'm scared. Help me. All right, what are your view on extraterrestrials? Well, I tell you this, I believe more in something first. I think there is something there. Why? Because I can't explain the deja vus at all. And not deja vus like pole dancing deja vus. Not that kind of deja vu. I can explain that very fast. Not that one. The deja vus, I can tell you, in America, at an age of 40 some or 50 or whatever, I was even here, I was in a situation, and I can tell you when I dreamt about it, or when I had the deja vu in the 20s, or in the 19, when I was 18 or 19, I know exactly who I was dating, who I was, blah, blah, blah. I tell you the context. How? There is something. Now, I believe more in a whatever extraterrestrial life in the way of intelligence form than in any explanation of that through any religion. So these guys might have seen those guys, and they tell us about, these guys showing up with this and that. Okay, there's the understanding at that time of the primitive man of those guys. So I believe more in that than in any explanation of the religion, the way they try to explain. Hey! Asta nu... Băi, bă, nu atingeți de asta, că aici moarte facem! Nu e al meu! Nu e al meu, pe cuvânt că nu e al meu! Pe cuvânt? They pick up the garbage and I told them, never touch my drink. And they said, no, 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 no. And I said, vrei să te vezi de aici, bă? No, there you go. Salută! Salutare, fraților! Woohoo! All right, I'm a Dacian. There you go. Bravo. Okay. All right. See, I'm a good-natured person when I'm on camera. All right. So again, with extraterrestrials, I think it's something else, but not in the form the religions are telling us. Let's talk about unire. What unire? Unirea cui? Whose unity or unification? Moldova? Who's? I don't know if I'm gonna get. Freemasons originate from France and Ohasa. Love you, man. Conspiracists, okay, I love you too, my friend. I don't know who you are, but hey, only Middle East goat herders know GAWD. All right, what else? Explain things. I've seen explanation things in the sky, but I don't on mountains of ocean. Wow, it got dark at your place. Yes, but let's try it. There should be light. Didn't work. Saluti. All right, we're brother. That's an immigrant right there. It was not a Romanian accent, so you know, brother. Emil, any chance of originating some Dacian folksmen from retake Dacia? Organizing some Dacian phalanx men? No, not like that. If in Romania an uprising, a successful uprising, spontaneous, will occur and will be successful, would be with the direct or covert help and intervention from the Russians. That's it. And then the other way around is going to be taken from the Russians by the Western, like it was in 1989. 1989, it was an operation organized by the Soviet Union and the West and the surrounding countries of Romania. That's how it was, with the spies and all the system, and it needed to be changed. It was an order. Let me ask you this. Do you think that those guys in the Eastern Europe just realized one day that, hey, all of a sudden, I've been a communist all my life, I'm about 50, 60 in charge, and they just relinquish, give power for democracy? Who does that? And there were tyrants and dictators in Hungary, in Bulgaria, in Poland, in Romania. Only the Romanians said, no. And the guy said, oh, you don't want to go on your own, motherfucker? We're going to make you. That's what happened. All right? So no, there's no chance. It's always going to be organized by bigger powers, bigger interests. Therefore, you're going to be owned. So Romania could do that, but they will be at the orders of the other side. And now I can drink some. Nobody sees me. Cheers. Because I'm thirsty, not because I need it. All you countries had me, okay? Everything is just an illusion. We live in a matrix. I don't think it's an illusion. Tell you why. If there would be an illusion, I want you to smack yourself right now. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to do, ow! That's exactly, it's a Zen Quan. Zen Buddhism. When I was studying and trying to find the truth, the way, it was, again, this disciple, and I'm not inferring or whatever that I'm the master and you're the disciple. I'm just giving you this. And you can argue against it, obviously. It was a disciple and instead told the master, oh, the suffering, because Buddhism is concerned with life and suffering. Eliminate suffering, the origin of suffering, and you will feel no pain, but not happiness. The happiness comes from the absence of pain because you don't want things. That's how the philosophy of that is. And you reach nirvana, enlightenment, and you stop the cycle of reincarnation, the samsara. So the guy said, oh, the student, whatever, said, life is an illusion, pain is an illusion, and so on. And the master turned around him and smacked him back. And the guy was, and said, well, how come it's an illusion when you fucking feel pain? That was the Zen argument. Now, I agree with that. You may disagree, and maybe you can come with a logical explanation. I'm always open to learn, my friends. You think Russians will sympathize with someone associated with Russia? With sympathize with someone associated with? Is I don't believe in nation friendships. I think it is in interest friendships. So if the Russians would ever do that to Romania, would help the Romanians, will not be helping them, would be helping themselves, having these guys being on their side. The same after the revolution in 1989, and when the bank doesn't help you. The bank is using you to enrich itself. They don't give a fuck if you are or you're not going to fight another baboon. So the same here, the Russians don't say, oh, we love the Belarusians. Oh, our malo Russians, the little Russians, the Ukrainians, they are. I know the Ukrainians don't like to be called malo Russians for a fact. But anyway, why? We just want you. Tomorrow the Poles could be friends with the Russians if the Russians could overthrow and take over Poland. They will be friendly nations. No, it's not like that, I think. Pope Francis has died. Did he? First, I don't give a shit, just, not disrespectful for the religion or whatever, but religion is an organization that regiments people. That's why they allow religion to be. So if you break the law like they do, and they commit crimes, attack and bombard Iran, for instance, they don't care, but they tell you you go to hell. That's a sin. And you feel guilt, and therefore you're not going to do it. So it's a way, I mean, it's more than that. But in a society, that's why. Why do you think they're not against religion? Because religion works for them. They control you through that. What else? Do you think that the Ceausescu is a patriot? Yes. It went up. I believe his communism was closer to National Socialism rather than. Yes, correct. But Ceausescu was, sometimes, and that's real for everybody, we reach our apex, our maximum, our condition, and we can't surpass it. And at that point, we have to say, that's all I had, that's all I could do, that's all I could understand. Now I would like someone else to take it from here and push it further. Ceausescu thought that he had kind of like the absolute truth. And he was limited, as we all are. He should have prepared his departure a long time ago if he really was a visionary, but he didn't. He thought that he's going to die in power with Elena and so on, which is bad because after all, he reached his maximum. All right, what else? Hello, why don't you come to Bucharest? You can take a plane from there directly to the US. My friend, God, don't forsake me. I don't like to fly to Bucharest because I don't want to say something bad, but I'm not going to share it. Almost each and every time I flew to Bucharest, those people in Bucharest were assholes. Always. I used to fly to Bucharest before they had Cluj, before they had Timișoara, before they had Sibiu. And always, not always, 9 out of 10 times, those guys were assholes. The people were assholes. So I don't want to fly from there. Last time what had happened, it was in 2024 when I flew there because I had to. I stayed in Bucharest, remember? I had that mission with all those NATO planes flying out of Băneasa, remember? I'm just kidding. So when I went over there, I got angry from the fucking airport. From the airport. Why? Because the guy, as I explained to you before, thought that he has authority over me. You are just a Bwachter, motherfucker. You're just a piece of shit who look at my passport. You don't need to know how many balls I got. That's none of your fucking business. Or whose pussy I licked or something. Sorry, ladies of the night. I'm sorry. Maybe that alcohol is doing something on me. Russians are really in love with Belarusians. At least I am. Well, some of them are, some of them are not. Yeah, I love Russia, Ukraine, Anyway, let's see what I do here. Hey, what's going on here? Your looking politics is great. Wish more people look like that. President Putin. Well, let me tell you about President Putin. Do you think that the Russian society is disciplined and it's organized and settled? I don't think so. I think the mafia over there is rampant. That means to be in charge of such a country full of so many gangs, so many oligarchs, so many weapons, so many organized crime, you have to be the biggest fucking criminal of them all. How do you think Putin stays in office? Just by using a love wand, hey, Russia, everybody, Soyuz or something, or Mir, or whatever is peace in Russian. Peace? Do you think that's the way you think Putin rules Russia as the president? Those guys will eat him alive. He has to be fucking the biggest criminal there is in Russia. I like Putin, I gotta tell you that, and there are things to like about him, things that you should not like about him, like about any other person. But he's not in power because he's a benevolent philosopher king, as Plato told us. No, he must be a ruthless motherfucker. And the fact that he pretends to be so civilized to make us, or some of us, like that, that means he's very, very calculated, very, very smart, has very much self-control, courage, and ability, man. Ability. So that's with Putin. I mean, I don't think Putin is a nice guy, just so you know. All right. Emil, eating shit like never before. Well, what can I tell you, my friends? I have to do it. I live eating shit. But the problem is a lot of people that like my shit. What can I do? Should I stop? How about we tell everybody else to shut up and don't eat shit? Can we do that? Tell me one person who doesn't eat shit or never ate shit. And what exactly did I say that I ate shit? Anyway, I usually don't respond to these kind of things without evidence. I don't like when people say, you're stupid. Why is that? Tell me why. We can debate it. That's how we do in a civilized world. But hey, some people saw things like calling you names, thinking you're going to run. No, my friend, I will not run. I told you this. Under three circumstances, you're not going to see me again. One, I die. Second, I get I'm incapacitated, alive, but incapacitated physically or mentally. I know something happens to me. And the third is I'm in jail, man, and these guys don't allow me to talk anymore. These are the only ones. So you can call me what the fuck ever you want. I don't give a shit. Okay? So try to use your brain, not your, how do you call it? The reptile, whatever, lizard brain. What else? Any new books coming? Oh my God, it's gonna come. You know it's gonna come. Not me, it's gonna come, but not yet. I will write because, as you know, I have the sacred sanctuary, and I have over there now everything I need to be calm, relaxed, secluded. Is that how you call it? Secluded, and I have internet, full speed, everything else. The Russians provided me via Canada, and everything is good. Just kidding. But yeah, yes, I have a lot of them, and the fact that I can dictate them, that's even better. Before I had to type them, typing, tip, 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 tip. Right now I just fucking dictate, and I can write thousands of books. Putin is a great leader for Russia. Yeah, he is. Correct, he is. Emil, I would love to see you collaborate with Elizabeth Lane. I don't know who that is. Emil should rule Romania. Well, we're going to have a, how do you call that, a decrease in population for a while. But then we're going to grow back, my friends. Just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I know because you're smart people, and I'm not trying to pull a leg or make you agree with me because I call you smart or something. But I know that some of you, just by what I say, if you listen to me and watch my things consistently or constantly, you know exactly where I stand. You know exactly what I would do. You know exactly who I would start with and where I will end. So I don't have to really tell you what I'm going to do. I tell you I'm not a Democrat, that's for sure. Why? Look where democracy brought us. That kind of democracy. And I'm against mass democracy. I'm against. I don't agree that the baboon should nullify your vote because the Constitution says so. I disagree with that one. You have to know something. Emil, king of Dacia. Or not Thracia. We make it beer. Thank you. Russia knows that China wants to take Siberian minerals. Yeah, but they will take it in a nice way. They're not going to take over. It was over there something else, but decrease in population. Yes, it's going to be a little bump of about 10 million people. Not, what's that, Pol Pot from Cambodia. I'm just kidding, man. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. Okay? Do you, Emil, how are you going to do a walk with Alex Cristoforo? Well, I'll tell you what about Alex Cristoforo happened. I like the guy. I spoke with him outside of the interview that program that we had. I like the guy. I like Alexander Mercuris. The thing is, when I was in Romania, he said that he might come over there and we're going to do exactly that. And he didn't respond when I was over there. I said over there more than 3 months, and he said I will come. I'm like, maybe something happened. Obviously, he didn't show up, but I didn't hear from you. Yeah, I would do a walk I would do 2 of them or 3 of them or more than that. I'm all for that. I like the guys. Actually, one of the reasons, one of determinants, and I will tell you, this is not meant. You know what? Let me take another swig. All right, and again, start walking. So one, they were not they. I'm gonna. This is not meant to insult. And I told them too, because I talked to them, Alex and Alexander. The Alexander, not Alex. At that time, Alex did not have anything much. It was when I was watching. Alexander Mercuris had about 65,000 subscribers at that time. So it was a long time ago. And then, so when I was watching, I was looking at Alexander Mercuris, and I was thinking, no disrespect. I was thinking like this: look at this guy. He's old. He's not handsome. He's not funny. Yeah, he talks. He talks. He doesn't have a background. He has some books in the corner, and you can see the ceiling. He doesn't have anything on the screen. He has no sound effects, and people are watching him. Fuck, I can do that. Even better, I thought. Anyway, but that's with them. They were an inspiration in a way, as I said, Cristoforu Mercuris, because I said, if they can do it, if he can do it, I definitely can do it. So I said, not because they're idiots. No, that's not what I meant. Not what I mean. Romania still have own steel companies. Does Romania still have own steel company? I don't know, my friends. They used to have, I know that. Yes, Elizabeth Lane is an American who grew up in Georgia, USSR. I don't know. What do you think about Zeitgeist movement and Jan Fresco's project Venice? Not very familiar with that. I know about the Zeitgeist, but not enough to speak about. So I don't like to talk about things that I don't know about, when I don't know enough to have anything like this. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. Knew she reported on Lebanon. No, I don't know. And how large is Romanian own energy? Not much anymore. But before these guys start to plunder it, after 1994, it had, except Poland, the biggest number, the biggest, and if you take Ukraine, Russia outside of this, the biggest surface acreage, how we want to call it, of wood, not wood like a hardship, but and they took it. I remember when I was a student here. I remember the trains going outside towards Hungary, to the west, with our wood. Corruption, my friends. Corruption. Let's see what we have here. All right. Alexander, Alex, and Alex. 28 double baba. Okay. Can you recommend some must-read books? I will give you books. First, I want you to read Propaganda. Propaganda, written by Jacques Ellul in 1964 or something like this. I would like you to read, if you didn't read these books, I would like you to read, for instance, which probably did, George Orwell's 1984. I would like you, for instance, to read The Capital of Karl Marx. I want you to read even My Struggle of the bad dude Adolf. Why? I want you to read what they really said, not what other people told you. Right? These are must-read books. I want you to read history books. I want you to read Arthur Schlesinger, for instance, The Dated History of the USA, and then read Howard Zinn's People's History of the United States of America. So you're going to see two different histories under two different lenses, and that could help you understand that things could be interpreted and are reported in very different ways, the same thing, and both are true. It's just interpretation. These are just a few. I would like you to read, for instance, the Nuremberg trials by David Irving again. And not only that, I would like to read David Irving's Hitler's War. Why? Because you're going to find out things that you would never find out in the approved history. Things like this. And I have more, but these are just a few of them. If you read them, good. I'm sorry, I can give you more some other time. Let's see. Have you seen any drones? No. No drones here. the Duran and Emil get like the hype. Finland people, pop, channel reported, Puck. Emil, would you visit Moldova to make a real impression? No, I will not visit Moldova because I'm afraid I will get arrested, imprisoned, and killed. Clear. Gonzalo Lira is clear. And I said enough shit, which is truth, about Moldova. So we have the dictators over there to fucking arrest me and kill me. Why? And I'm not playing here like, oh my God, Emil, the victim. They would kill you not in Germany. They will kill you in state where the justice system is murky. No, I want to go to Moldova. No, no whatsoever. And would you visit Moldova? I want to visit Moldova for that reason. Make a video about the best books to read for your viewers. I did it for once or twice, but it didn't go so well. I didn't do a good job. It was my fault. Would you get recognized to? Do you get recognized by? Oh, wow, yeah. Someone said, did you get recognized by Romanians? I will tell you this real story, and I will give you his what's his name and first name and last name. No, not first. Only the first name and last name. Who the guys? So I was walking. I made a video yesterday in that beautiful coat and that beautiful and everything. I was like Al Capone over there. Remember that video? Okay, I made it. I went to the mall. So when I was coming back, it was too hot, but I had to pretend I'm classy. So I had a coat and all that, the jacket. So all of a sudden, someone bam, 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 with a car. What the fuck? I looked around, and I will tell you more. Stopped. It was I think it was a Chevrolet Silverado. It was a big car for Romania. It was an American car. Chevrolet, I think it was. And stopped. I said, what the fuck is this guy? Stopped, parked, and the guy came to me running. I was like, who is this guy? Okay. Oh, his first name is, I will use his initial, is R, and the last name is Z. And I'm friends with him on Facebook right now. And I talked to him for about half an hour. Yes, there are people who recognize me, not only here. The weirdest recognition I got in Sarmisegetuza. You know what Sarmisegetuza is? That's the capital of Dacia. I went over there. Remember, there's not too many people in Sarmisegetuza. Not too many people over there. So I went over there. I was taking a picture over there by the wall and trying to make the connection with the gods, with Zamolxes and all that, you know. Get inside of me all the spirits that came over there, died and sacrificed and all that. And then I hear someone saying, Emil Cosman. Fuck. Who the fuck is this? In the top of the mountain. It was a Romanian guy who watches my videos in the top of the mountain. That's another one. Yes, I had a pilot. Last time I flew to Romania, he was the pilot of the airplane that flew to Sibiu from München on Lufthansa. Now, don't report the guy, but I mentioned him then. He said, he shook my hand and I said, thank you very much for your bravery to recognize me, and so on. So it was, I have many people recognizing me. And you know, you don't know it's a foe or a friend. But yes, I have people recognizing and coming to me. Tucker Carlson running for 2028, I wouldn't even bother. Why would I bother? And if he wins, that means he's one of them. All right, that's the way it is. That's the way I see it. All right. Are you sure you are not allowed to drink outside in Slovenia? Maybe not, I don't know. You're right, yeah, I'm sorry, you're right. Because I went to the Bahamas, and I went to whatever the capital is right now, it escapes me, God, whatever it is. Anyway, so I went over there, and I was about to say Ponto-Priest, but that's Jamaica. So anyway, I went to drinking. So maybe we are. Thank you. Excuse me. I have alcohol right here. Maybe you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right. But you see, I come from the freest country in the world, America, where you're not allowed, or at least where I'm from. But if you have a right, you know, and you're free to do this, first, why shouldn't I drink alcohol in public? Is drinking alcohol illegal? No. Why would it be illegal? Do I have a right or do I have temporary privileges? Which one is it? More free than Michigan, correct. From certain perspective, yes. Our Ninisto sold 20 ton nuclear waste to Posava nuclear under. Okay, Ninisto, I know we have very good videos. Our Romanian, no Indiana Jones, no. Very good videos. Our Romanian Indiana Jones, no. You know when I stopped liking Indiana Jones? When I learned that Indiana Jones, Mr. Harrison Ford is a Jew and Spielberg is a Jew. I said, fuck off. Now it makes sense why we were having the Nazis with Indiana Jones. I hate it. From then I never watch it. Never watch it before. Why? You make me hate those guys. They keep this alive as it happened yesterday, man. Yesterday. Why? That's how they extort some. So remember, Harrison Ford is a Jew. As is, and you say, what's wrong with that? Why should he be over there and do Indiana Jones? Motherfucker. Anyway, let's move on. Yes, Romanian Jones. No, don't call me that way. No. When you combine our military with our grace, okay. Cheers and noroc. Noroc, my friends. Hello from Timișoara. Salutare. Salutare. Okay, my friends. Let's walk. What the fuck? Let's walk. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm a poet now because Romanians, when they drink, they become poets and singers. We sing. Not me, not me. I like karaoke. When I'm drunk, I'm going to sing you everything you want from Elvis and Tom Jones, plus the dance and nakednicity. No, just kidding. All right. Nakednicity. All right. What's up? Ce mai băiete? Salutare. Ce faci? Ești ok? Bine, bun. Mă, tu să nu atingi aia de acolo care face bubu, e sticlă cu alcool. All right. All right, let's get it going. I didn't want to make it live, man, but hey, it was a good thing that I did this. I can see you are over there with me. All right, let's throw the alcohol away so we don't have kids. There was a kid lurking around here. I don't think he was after my alcohol. Oh my God. Oh, pizda. Fell. Accident. Anyway, the microphone fell. I have to put it when I go to light. I'm going to throw the alcohol in the thing. Not before I take another swig, right? Yeah, okay. Let's go to light, reapply or attach the microphone. Suck the belly. All right. Because you have to look like a monster. Let me see. All right. Avem prieteni aici? Da, salutare. Bine, salut, ciao. Bun. All right. Here you go. So, I can't read the comments anymore because I took my glasses off. Man, do I miss anything over there? I don't think so. Just memories. So this is the great stadium of this losing beautiful sunset there. So, I gotta tell you, I won't be staying too much longer. Yeah. How about I go the other side? No, because if I go the other side, this guy's gonna say copyright infringement. Yes, I made a video. Where was it? In Bahamas. In the Bahamas. I made a video and I walked by a bar and they had some music over there, some booga booga baga booga baga baga. And when I made a video and when I uploaded it, they said it's copyright infringement from minute this to minute that. I said, what the fuck? What? I didn't play any songs, but that was exactly the time I was passing right now by a baboonish bar where it was and then I had to cut that. And I didn't cut it. I had the option of cutting the thing, like editing it, or have the sound muted so you wouldn't hear me. So I said I choose that. So because it was about Americans, now you know what? As Americans will say, I have to take a leak. Now I know there's some bathrooms over there, potty party. The potty party, but I'm not gonna take you with me. Of course I will. Well, I think I have a problem. You hearing my the jet ski going? I have to spit because my saliva is thick. I don't have water. All right. What else we have here? Well, I like, in the communist times, we didn't have too many garbages. Now it's everywhere. And I see that people throw things in the garbage. This is a hotel park, I think it is. Used to be. Now this is a nice restaurant in here. For me, a restaurant, if it doesn't have tablecloth, that's not a restaurant. That's something else. There is the hotel park. People have fun, smells good. Young people, except this guy right here, which is me. Anyway. Well, I would like to read what you say over there. Maybe I get my glasses, I put my glasses on and read some of your comments. Maybe I can comment on those ones. Oh, fuck. I left this open. Did I lose anything? No. I hope nobody stick his raccoon hand in mine. I'm gonna put you on the ground. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get you to the used to be the ice skating rink when I used to ice skate, speed skate when I was a teenager. Sibiu, Romania, 15-minute cities, work within the system or work against it. Whatever you need to do to win. Don't allow yourselves to be limited by ideology. Do like this. Say, you know what? And this is not really a nice advice, but if you want to win, don't follow rules. You have to win, and then you impose rules. That's and then nobody can change you. No can. That's what you do. You have to win first. Remember, revolutions don't really start with, as they say, with a spontaneous uprising. No, it's always a small, monolithic group that organizes it and uses the imbeciles, the masses that is. And then when they take power, they will impose whatever they thought about imposing all along. They tell you, oh, you know, the capitalists are pig and let's have some socialism. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And when they get to power, they become capitalists and tyrants. So no, no, no. You have to win, and then you do whatever you can according to your wishes and according to the circumstances. It's not within the system or outside the system. It's whatever works. That's how I would do. I know there's morals. I know it's ethics. It's nice. It's good. It's nice to be like that. But when you want to win, you have to win. There are rules. How about someone, you follow the rules and someone kills you when the person cuts the rules? Then who the fuck lost? You lost. Strong, look for the truth and be just. Stay smart, stay strong, look for the truth and be just. Correct. That's how you're supposed to be. Because I'm not saying you should try to be strong. I already assume you are strong. All right? And you stay. That's why I say you stay, because you are. I don't insult you. You are. Stay strong and stay smart. And then you look for the truth. What does that mean? That means you have to be objective. You have to look at each and every side from various angles, find the truth. And after you find the truth, the point is to dispense justice according to the truth. That is, you know what I mean? Remember the Romanian what I'm talking about? Okay, what else? That's why Alex from Duran always mutes the sound when he passes a bar with music. Well, I don't edit my things. And I don't walk that. I learned that through the hard way. So here is the alley that we all came towards the outside ice skating rink. And in Romania at that time, I don't know, 1988, 89, something like that, we were having hockey, skates, and speed skates, Vikings. And whoever was riding, only women, were having the figure skates, were like, oh, pussy. You were with speed skates, like, let me show you. That's how you would go. You know, like you were dragging the blade on the ice, like with one leg going, like why? So the girls look for you, man. That was like a fucking. Anyway, I can't see shit, but it's the same metal, the same communist thing, the same. This is built by the communists, built in 35 or 30 fucking 6 years or whatever. You can't see anything over there. It's too dark. It's all fucked up. But the same stairs here, and when we're leaving this, we're like, after we were, how do you call that? Exhibitionists. That's what we were young. We're looking for pussy. What do you want? And in a nice way, through the athletic way. Oh, fuck. You're a good man. Well, good and bad. Communist bad. Well, fence built by the communists. Correct. It was built by the communists because nobody was supposed to jump over it. That gives you a clue. And if they would catch you, what happened? They would be like, "Rah, rah, rah," and you would be like, ah, damn, will you catch me? But they knew you after a while because the guys who were supposed to enforce the, I don't know, the, so you don't jump the, you knew them. And they knew you, so you couldn't, next time you fucking have to buy a ticket, you were like, they knew you when they see you from the fucking rink where you were coming around with your, that's the way we were. Let me show you, man, it's so funny. We were coming with the skates in the bags, or with the skates like this, tied with leashes or whatever we call it, one coming up here standing like this with a blade and the other one in the back, and we're walking like, or you were walking like this with two fingers holding this bag with the skates. And where are you going? Skating. Man, I tell you, it's the way it was. Yeah, showing off big time. But you gotta be, man. Otherwise you stay in line, you get the last pussy available. Just kidding. It was not all about that, but at that age it was. Why Moldova is such a forbidden place for you? First, Moldova is a lawless country. Moldova is a vassal state more than anywhere else. Let's see, many countries, so-called civilized countries, like the United States of America, they would not usually catch people to do a shady thing and bring them into US territory or do it themselves. They will do it with someone else in a certain location where they cannot be blamed for the PR. That's all. So if I go to Moldova and let's say CIA wants to fuck me, they will not fuck me in America. They wait for me to get in a country where it's murky. I'm just giving an example, not me like I'm the guy who everybody's waiting to fuck in the ass or something. Oh, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just saying. So I'm going back where I came from. So actually this way. So they will try to use a corrupt government that if it's called with the pants down, nobody will blush. They will say, so what? Remember the good example of Gonzalo Lira? He was killed not in Chile. He was not killed in the United States of America. He was killed in Ukraine. Anybody? Anybody? Even if they find out after 10 years that, or 20 years, the truth, which he was killed by the Ukrainians in jail or in prison, what are you going to do about it? People will say, well, they were corrupt, you know. So that's why I'm not going over there. Even here, I'm not certain that a black van stops right here. But I take a chance. What are you going to do? And when they do that, I will say this. I am, in English I will speak, American English if I can, I am a US citizen. And I demand to speak with the US consul from Bucharest. No more talking. And they can beat me, fuck me in the ass, whatever they want to do. I don't care. I will not speak to them in Romanian, and I will demand to speak as an American. As Pavel, I don't know how it's Pavel, from the Bible. I think he was a Roman citizen from the Bible, one of the 12 supposedly. So he was caught by some guys, I can't remember where exactly, I think in Anatolia or wherever, in Turkey I think. And they wanted to hurt him. And you know what Pavel said? He said, I am a Roman citizen. And in those times you don't have a citizenship paper or something like that, or you couldn't prove the mere word words that I'm a Roman citizen. You know what they did? They fucking released him on the spot on his statement. Why? You don't want the Americans to fuck you now. I don't hold my breath that Donald Trump will send the cavalry here and save me. But I'm not Romanian, I'm an American actually. So you deal with me, you deal with an American citizen. But this is a corrupt, murky country. Scandal, so what? But if that would happen in America, oh my God, supposedly, they don't give a fuck over there either. I'm gonna tell you, here is a NATO center of NATO in Romania. I will show it to you. It's all covered. Now I remember, I just covered with with a fence all around the big buildings for the drones. What's that? You are welcomed. I'm not saying you're not welcome as by citizens. I'm pretty sure I have viewers from Moldova. I'm pretty sure there are people who like me in Moldova. There's some people who like to hang me by my balls right there on top of that fucking light. I understand that. I understand. I understand that. I don't have a problem with that. If someone comes here and say motherfucker and tries to beat me up, I will defend myself. If I get knocked the fuck out, I get knocked the fuck out. But they will send the government, and it's not going to be from Moldova. It's not going to be the government of Moldova that has a problem with me. That's NATO right there. That's NATO building. That's the newest NATO building in Europe, in Eastern right there. It's all you see those squares on that building, all you see over there are fences like this. So a drone, you can't even touch it. And if you go around, you can take more pictures or something. Fuck the NATO and these guys. What else? Gonzalo was killed. He was stupid. But yeah, he was stupid because he was stupid, I think. But I don't know. I don't have all the facts. But what I have, he exposed himself. You make a video telling them that you're gonna run away when you are supposed not to run away. That's exactly what they left you, released you from prison, so you can run, so they can shoot you. What the fuck? That's exactly what I wanted. What I would have done, I tell you, I would have done this. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay in Ukraine. I love Ukraine. And then in the middle of the night, I will try to cross the border. And made 2 videos with scheduled appearance. That is, if right now I make a video, I can schedule it for, I don't know, 2028 or something. I can schedule it when it's going to be published. I will make 2 videos and I say, if you see this video, that means I'm dead. That means these motherfuckers killed me. So I will say all that, put it on YouTube, not published, scheduled to be published, I don't know, 5 days from now, and I will try to cross the border. And if I cross the border, when I get to the internet, I cancel that. I have the scheduled publishing, and I will say, I made it, guys. Yeah, I made it. I'm in Romania. You know what I mean? But he didn't do that. I will run away. You tell those guys, these guys are with you like they are with us right now. Again, NATO over there. It's a bar, and that's NATO. It's for me. I gotta hide. I gotta hide. Who? That's Pompier or something. So this is one center. Anyway, what else we have there? You once said you would never go back to Romania. Yes, yes, man. Yes, you remember that. But let me tell you this. So let's say you have a daughter or a son that you love very much. And let's say your son and daughter, whatever, has cancer all of a sudden and is in Romania. And she asks for you, what the fuck will you do? I tell you what you're going to do. You're going to come to Romania. Well, this was an example, okay? This is a nice, yeah, I don't want to come to Romania at all. 0. When I heard that I have to come to Romania, I was like, oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck. I checked my ass. I tried it to pry it to see what kind of thing's going to fit in it. I don't know it's going to be. All right, what else? NATO, our Texas hard, okay? Emil said he will never go back to Romania. Correct, I said I don't want to go. I don't want to go back here ever. Unless, remember the tanks? All right. If you remember the tanks, then I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. You know what kind of come? Yes. All right, what else? You know that song? I like it because I heard it Tom Jones singing it. Where are you not? We are not as naive as you think. I'm not saying you are. What? I don't think you are naive, my friends. If you are naive, I would use words really for naive. I'm just, you know, I don't know who I'm addressing to. So I'm trying to sometimes leave no explanations, no room for interpretation. So I have to be plain. Sometimes I give clues.
I love you.
There you go. Why don't you like pupa, mă? De ce nu l-ai pupa, mă? Pupați înainte? All right. So I don't think you're naive, guys. I would be disappointed if you're naive because that means I fail. That means my videos are of low intellect, and it's an insult to me and to you. No, I think you're smart, and I know why. I tell you why. Because you're old. I know you motherfuckers are old. Older. Because I can check on YouTube and see the audience, and they tell me the strata between this and that. And you, the people who watch me most are from 50 up and 40 up, not from 20 to 30. Now, those could be naive, not all of them, most of them. And those are the guys. So I know you're not naive, and it's an insult anyway. But hey, what can I do? Thank you very much. I thought, Emil groupies. Yeah, one of them in action. Greeting from Krakow. I went to Krakow twice, Cracovia. Once in 1991, and one time when I went to the European Championships in Kaunas in Lithuania, representing the country of Romania, being in the national team of Kyokushin Karate. 1990, 1995 or 6, something like that. I'm old. I'm sure. I'm sure. Yes, I have a good reason. I mean, how do you know Rams Paul? How do you know Rams Paul or Rand Paul? Do an interview with him. I extended my invitation not to Rand Paul or to Rand or Ron Paul. I liked both of them. I don't think there would be. I need some secretaries. You know, any secretaries that would put me in contact with these people, because I extended my invitation to some, and some said yes, some never responded. I understand some of them are busy. I was not too pushy, and that's not good, or not pushy. Consistent. Let's put it this way. That's why I need a secretary to help me with that, or 2 or 3. The secretary doesn't mean you have to be a woman. Just kidding. I mean, do you know? Okay. I'm 64. Is that old? Well, relative to whom? You're young to a 79, but you're old to a 35. So again, I'm old to some, young to others. Yes, we are old, my friends. If we are over 45, we're old. All right, that's what I think. And I'm old, over 45. All right, you're yes, ancient, bro. Yeah, I'm ancient, man. But you see, anyway, what else? Let me drink some juice, if you know what I mean. Well, what kind of juice? Make sure it's not salmon juice, if you know what. Make her wash first. I know you were not thinking about that one. Rams Paul is a nationalist, anti-globalist YouTube. No, I don't know you. Oh, that's you again? Jesus Christ, he loves me. I gotta. No. So I won't be sleeping tonight alone. All right. All right. No, I don't know. I don't know him. I'm sorry. I will look for that. Rams. What is his nationality? Rams. What? Good evening. I'm Romanian, but I follow you from Italy, and I really appreciate. Good luck in the future. Thank you very much for being with me. Okay, I got some more friends here. Good evening. Yes. How many nuclear power plants Romania have? Finland says Romania had one reactor, Canadian built, and then they struggled to have another one, and I don't know if they finished that one. There was a program in 1970s to have a reactor that would enrich uranium for a nuclear weapon, but then they dropped it on their own. I think the Romanians, if they wanted, they could have had a nuclear weapon. I trust their slyliness, sleaziness, smartness, courage, inventivity. They could have had it, but I think they would have been fucked the next day by the Americans or everybody else. All right. Da, ce cu ea? Out of 10, how would you rate Romania? Out of 10, how would you rate? In what category? Society, wealth, people, culture, history. I would leave here no, how should I put it? It's a safe country, that's for sure. Um, I think it's a very controlled country. I think it's culturally very, I'm going to use a euphemism, very mild, narrow. All right, there's certain that, other than that, they don't know what they're talking about. A lot of them, like everywhere else, it's an owned country, beautiful country. Too bad it's populated with humans, obviously. It's a beautiful country. What can I tell you? It has a rich history. It depends on what kind of part of the history you try to focus on. Um, I can't tell you compared with what countries. I left this country from some reasons, and I still wouldn't live here. I mean, if I have to, I will make it. But nah. All right. Girls laugh better than staring. Like that guy over there, laughing is filtration. Yeah, maybe. We don't care. I don't know. We don't care. I'm old. I don't think I don't have anybody wet around me, unless that guy who wanted to kiss. He got wet all the way. You're a very smart man, bro. Okay. The people are not trained at a place of the people. A place is beautiful because of the people. Then I will give it a 1. Now you made me say it. No, I don't like this. I don't like it. Might sound like this. No, and besides, there's different in Romania. That's based on the region. They have different particularities, or they have particularities in the way they behave, they see the world, friendship, and life. So, for instance, I would not. I would rate. If I would leave, I would probably live in Transylvania, but I would not live in the south. I would not live in Romania, in Bucharest, whatsoever. That's probably the lastest place I would live in Romania, Bucharest. Or I would not live in Moldova. I would live in Transylvania, where I'm from. I more or less know these guys' ups and downs. I went to college in Bucharest, so I rubbed shoulders with those or whatever I rubbed over there. Anyway, I'm not gonna, it's a little bit touchy, but if you want me to tell you that, I don't plug mitici more. System. Fair enough. United States of the Israel. Come to Galatz. Like in every society, any group, any culture, you find good people in there. Good people being people that you identify with. Remember, a society could consider, as I said, child marriage as a good thing. So according to me, they're bad, but according to them, they're good. And they could be good people, but they have that particularity. They accept that. So are they good people or bad people? I don't know. Some people say you can have more wives or husbands or something that's good. According to some society, that's not good. According to some, is good. Are they good people or bad people? You see, there are particularities. I know I'm not promoting the how do you call that, relativism, cultural relativism, which all cultures are good. It's just a context. No, we know that child marriage is not good. Why? A child does not have the intellectual, the cognitive development to make its decision at 12. Clear? Clear. Fuck off. How we want to turn it. That's not good. All right. How can you live in the United States, United States of America, United Jewish States of America? Because if I compare the United States of America with any country that I know of and any country that I lived in, it's still better. Why? Because I like what it gives me. For instance, you tell me, maybe except Israel or lawless countries, who gives me the right to bear and carry weapons? For me, that's a big fucking deal, right? Who gives me the right to deny things that are obvious without being imprisoned? Try that in Germany, try it in France, try it in Romania. Try to say, well, I have some questions about that historical event. Ah, denier, prison. So again, In America, I'm sorry to say, but I went with a backpack, not money, almost nothing, and I don't know, in 2 years, I was in a new house with everything paid, new cars. Lasă-mă cât de curajoasă ești tu acum. Let me see how... Ah, tu ești curajoasă, ok.
Foarte curajoasă.
Așa. Și atât ai avut de zis.
Tap, like, follow, subscribe.
Vă mulțumesc. Acum o să am un breakthrough. Așa. Bun, vă dăm numărul, scrie-mi-l pe mână. Scuză-mă, scuze.
Cine vorbește acolo?
It's live.
It's live?
Da, all over the world.
All over the
Yes.
world? Oh my God.
But mainly Canadians, Americans.
Really?
Yes.
I love Canadian people.
All right.
Many kisses to you.
Bye. La revedere.
La
Noapte
revedere,
bună.
seară frumoasă.
La fel vă doresc.
Bine.
Și mie. Ciao. All right. So, if I stay around, I'm going to make more friends here. So, what do we have here? What is your opinion about Jared Taylor and his organization? My friend, God, don't forsake me. But I will tell you. Now, let me tell you about this situation here. He was a beta, and she wanted something. You can say, no, Emil, I lived enough to see what's going on. If my wife would behave like that, or my girlfriend, what do you mean? Anyway, she grabbed me by the balls and all that. You didn't see that, but it happened. I'm just kidding. Jared Taylor. Ask him to talk about the Jews, and you're going to find out who Jared Taylor is. That's what I need to tell you. Ask him about the Jews, and you're going to find out who Jared Taylor is. His organization is a hijacked organization. I've been over there. I've been to their conference. I spoke with the people over there. I saw number one, the number two, the poop number one, P number one, the poop number two, the jerk of number three, and so on. And I spoke with them. Listen, I'm going to be straight. I don't have fucking to beat around the bushes. Amateurs and are prepared. Jared Taylor, yes, he knows certain things. I don't think he's courageous. I think he has something in a challenge. He's never. I don't have to be aggressive or how do you call it? Rude, but stand your ground. And the Jared Taylor not able to talk about the Jews at all, calling them white because they look white to me. Really? Really? Is this your intellectual argument, Jared? No, I'm done with them. I've been to their conference last year. I was disappointed what I found over there, how it was organized, the level of intellect of some people that I expected to be higher was not as I expected. And I told Jared personally, after you die, and I didn't point out to him because that's disrespectful. I said, after you die, and you will die one day, this organization will die with you. And he said, like he does. You think so? Yeah. All right. Why? He said, because I met your number two, I met your number three, I met your number four. And as an example for you, I want you to see what happened to the National Alliance with Dr. William Pierce, who was a monster. Oh yeah, I know, he was a racist, blah, blah. What happened to the organization? Who inherited that? And who not fucked it up, but where is it, the National Alliance? Did it grow? No. So that the same thing will happen. They do not have the second echelon ready, as Putin doesn't have the second echelon ready. I'm always asking, what happens when Putin dies, who's 73 or something? When Lavrov dies, he's going to die. When Medvedev dies, who's younger than and people that we don't know about. What's going to happen? Who are the guys? I don't know. Do you know? Who are the next echelon? Patrushev is also old, and he's not very smart. I saw him when he was supposed to talk in front of Putin. He shit his pants regarding attacking Ukraine. Patrushev, no. And he was the whatever intelligence services for former KGB and so on. You don't act like that. He was what? At least 60, and he was shitting his pants in front of everybody. Remember Putin said, talk plainly. And he called him by first name. Talk plainly. And he was like, I think we should. Pula mea, man. Former KGB friend with Putin. He's 60 with experience. You don't dare to talk in plain I talk, and I'm a baboon. Why? We think we'd be dead or something? All right, let's see what else. High moon. My guess, 56. Who's that? Who's 56 years old? Me? All right. Everybody. Okay. Ancient. Do you like Napoleon Bonaparte? He did some good things. He did some bad things. I think he is a person who realized and left an impact and mark on our history, good or bad, more than I would be ever able to live. Therefore, from that respect, he was good as a military. He was courageous. Do you remember how he did when he came from Elba, from the island, from the Mediterranean Sea, when he was first exiled over there? He came with 100 followers. He debarked, landed, whatever, in I think it was southern France or something. And when he debarked, doesn't really matter. He was going to Paris to take over. And those guys from Paris, they sent the army to fuck him up. So he stopped in front of them, and these guys, 100 guys, and the French army was right over there in front of him with muskets ready to shoot him. And he said like this. He walked in front of everybody else alone. Clap, 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 clap. And he yelled towards those guys. Who wants to shoot their emperor or shoot an emperor? Shoot right now. And he walked towards them. Nobody shot. Everybody joined him. He was, yes, I like Napoleon from that perspective and others. I don't like his behavior with Josephine. I think that was beta, fucking beta. Josephine, you remember? Oh, Josephine. I'm coming from a fucking... he was weak in that respect. I understand that. Don't think that, sometimes you don't have weaknesses and so on. But he came from fucking Egypt after he beat the Mamelukes straight through the English blockade of the Mediterranean Sea. He went to Paris to see Josephine fucking pula mea, big dick motherfucker. Really? And when he found out and he knew, what did he do? What did he do? You know where Josephine is buried? In the same L'Hôtel d'Invalides, next to the motherfucker. Would you do that? I won't. I wouldn't. If I would, no, I'm not, but it's easy to talk when you don't love or you're not under that spell of love. It's easy, like right now, me, I don't love Josephine. And I'm easily sending her to the North Pole right there, or towards it anyway, but alone with her boyfriend. Anyway, let's see. Quiet street, no baboons. Correct. Emily is 48, born March 14, Pisces sign, and was born in Transylvania. Close, everything is close except Transylvania and Pisces. Yes, Pisces like, psst. Remember when I told you I need to take a leak? My God, I'm good. That tells you I'm not that old. With the surgery I had on my pee hole. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube limited your channel 197 likes like your hours. Oh, man, the YouTube doesn't understand this. Even if I would have supposedly 3 viewers, which I would be grateful to have them, I will still make videos. Just so you know. Yeah, too old for him. Who's too old for me? He has very big mental. Yeah, that's Trump. Say hi. But a cougar. What about a cougar? Well, it depends on the age. A 70-year-old cougar, I don't think so. But a 40, 50, depending, it's acceptable depending on your age. When you're 20, you don't want to fuck a 50, obviously. Maybe as an experience, but not like, oh, that's my girlfriend right here, man. No, I don't think so. But, I always liked, let's put it this way, mature women. I never liked very much young. They were unexperienced. I mean, if you just, I mean, anyway, I think I'm too personal. Uh, Nothing will stop you, master. 7-year cougar. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're the man, okay? This money system, I mean, I think the US went over the point of no return. The US will not recover within the system. The US will not recover peacefully. The US will either break, will go worse than where it's at right now, or it's going to have an armed, violent revolution, not by the people, but by political and financial or whatever interests that would rile up the people to overthrow this government, impose something which I don't know if it's going to be necessarily better than what we have. That's what I think is going to happen with with that country. Romania doesn't really matter. If you tomorrow there's one, they bring baboons here, take the Romanians, send them to France, and they will fit just fine. All right. Greetings from Baku. Baku from Bakovia. Hello. Endless wars. Yes, thank you for the news of that. Thank you. Thank you very much for being with me. My dad says he sees the same things here happening like in late Yugoslavia. You mean in Romania or in America? I don't know if it's going to happen there because they control it. In Yugoslavia, there were outside forces stronger than inside forces. In the US, the outside forces are not stronger than inside forces because the outside forces own the outside forces. So, how should I put it? Who would overthrow the American system? The Russians? They're not strong enough. They're not strong enough. Who? The Germans? The Germans are owned by the same. See? The Germans are owned by the same guys, so it's not going to happen. Emily's wildly stuck at 142. Yes, I am. I am. I've been there, and guess what? It's been 143,503 or 502 or 498 for about 2 weeks. Do I give a fuck? What can I do, my friends? This is why? Because YouTube is owned by Google, and Google is owned by. So say something, and you're going to find out. I don't give a fuck. All right. Is it possible that Mexico takes over California one day? If the clique wants to, it will happen. Not as Mexico wants to. Mexico will never get over. Why? These guys have bigger guns. And when the guy, you see the thing with so-called identification, self-identification. Why do you think you can only identify yourself on supposedly gender lines or sexual lines, but you can do it on racial lines or on supervision lines? You see, we can only identify as not a man or a woman, only that, but we can't expand it into, well, I identify as a black Chinese right now, mixed, and a midget, okay, bald-headed with a small dick, which, okay. Why? They will not accept that. Try at work and I say, I identify as a woman. They will take that, oh my God, yes, I mean, you can identify as a woman, but if I say, you know what, I identify as a Chinese, do you think they will buy that? Why not? Because it's controlled. This is a controlled shit. It's just a controlled thing. So the same thing with Mexico. They build this racial hatred towards different races in the US, not because they really believe in that. Once the Mexicans or the Latinos will try to do something over there and that doesn't fit the clique's agenda, they will say, what the fuck, you destabilize the country, you destroy the country, our American founding fathers, get them, and they're going to fuck them up with bazookas. I guarantee you that. It's just a, anyway. What else? When diversity is high, breakup is inevitable. It is, but sometimes, you keep it to a certain, yeah, could be. I don't know. It depends on the economic prosperity or lack of as well. And remember, the best way these guys are doing is to hijack the revolution. So, excusez-moi. So, as soon as... Vrei să zici ceva? Vrei să zici ceva? Bună ziua, în pula mea! Salutare, ciao! All right, no. Remember, these guys are doing this way. When they can't fight you, they join you and they take over. So when you have a revolution, always look, for instance, look at this thing that I don't like, but nevertheless, the Charlie Kirk's shit, which is owned and controlled and everything was. Remember what happened now? It was hijacked. The whatever point USA, fuck off, whatever it is, it was hijacked. By whom? Not by the little whore with blue eyes who can't cry. Not by her. Shapiro was invited at the first fucking session of the US. Why Shapiro? Charlie Kirk did not like Shapiro. Not Candace Owens. So they hijacked it right there. And they will try to rechannel the objectives of the point USA, whatever it is over there, to whatever it is. That's the way it is. Sovereign Romania or leftist Romania. I don't like to portray things into left and right much because certain things that, let's say I'm a government or an ideology of a right, should not be social programs at all. Zero. We leave people die on the street. Do you think there's jobs for everybody? So people, not only jobs, do you think that there are everybody, I'm going to go where the light is because I'm too black here. All right. Do you think that everybody is capable? Have you been around the world to find out that some people can't even tie their shoes? So obviously some people would die because they can't find a job. What do you do with those people, I suggest? Are you going to use eugenics? What are you going to do with those people? You have to do something with them. And you got to give them jobs that they cannot really function, but you help them just to have a job. So it's like, for instance, big companies, let's say GM, General Motors, has such a big loans, it's in such a big debt that the banks cannot afford, never allow GM to fail. Why? They still get some revenue. Let's say GM has to give them every month $1 billion, but they can't. They give them $300,000. They will get the $300,000 instead of the $1 billion, instead of zero. That's why GM is not allowed to fail. So I don't fucking know why I talk about this. But anyway, too big to fail. They will not allow that to happen. Diversity is okay, sovereign Romania or leftist, or Romania leftist. The same. There are certain programs that have to be leftist. There are certain leftist, socially oriented. There are certain programs that have to be clear, like for the meritocracy, like Jared Kushner, for instance, meritocracy with Donald Trump. What is that? Is that a leftist? That's corruption. There's not even left or right. So I don't, sovereign, small countries can't really be sovereign. Even if you can mention Switzerland, small country, sovereign. It is sovereign, but remember what they did to the Russians? Have they stopped selling weapons to Israel? No, they're not sovereign because they must know what's going on in Ukraine. They must know what's going on in Gaza. And instead they still don't. Tell me what's sovereign. Maybe Israel, not even the United States of America, because I think it's owned. Romania loves you. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I tell you this about Romanians. The worst comments I read were from my fellow Romanians. The most violent comments and threats that I received from those comments were from Romanians in Indian language. Why I know it's Romanian? Because it was grammatically correct. So there were no dezacorduri. You understand what I mean? Dezacorduri. In Romanian or in French, you understand. In English, you don't have dezacorduri. So I knew they were Romanian speaking, and nobody threatened me. Nobody threatened me. Nobody cursed me. Nobody, how do you call that? Blaspheme. Once you blaspheme someone, whatever, you want to die and his family catch cancer and his mom die and he's a horse. Or never, as the Romanians did to me. Never, nobody. And why? Because that's the way the fucking these garbage, some of them are. And it's okay. They don't understand something. call me as you want, but I don't melt under pressure. On the contrary, I get angry and I hold my heels deeper in the ground and I push forward. That's the way I am. So if these guys, the more shit they give me, I'm not saying I enjoy it, but it angers me, and anger for me is sometimes is a strong engine. So the imbeciles feed me when they give me opposition and try to hurt me. They feed me and they make me stronger. All right, let's see what else. Have Romanian media write lies about you, Emil? I don't read it. I have no idea. Some people said that people who commented that more people know about me than I know they know about me. So I'm more influential than I think I am. I don't think I am. I'm saying what I need to say because I feel it with my body and my mind, and it must be said. I don't look at, I would like to have obviously more subscribers. I would like to have more views. I would like to be having a bigger audience. And I'm grateful to you, my friends that are loyal. But your loyalty is not because you like my balls or something. You like what I say or you identify what I say. That's why. So what I say is not because you like my charm or I make a joke here and there. Your loyalty is to the idea, and I'm just promoting the idea. I'm just expressing the idea the way other people don't express it. That's why you're here. I don't pay you for doing that, and thank you very much for being here. Emily is the friend we all wish we had. Do you see any Zelensky standing around? Emily, did you notice that the 24th Ukrainian revolution was practically anecdotal? Yeah, it was the outside organized with Inter. Yeah, it was a coup d'etat, clearly. USA or bigger Israel? Israel will get its goals. Israel will never be able to be destroyed because Israel has nuclear weapons. So who's going to destroy Israel? Who's going to tell Israel what to do? Even if the US gain its half of independence or something, Israel has nuclear weapons. If Iran tomorrow destroys Israel or bombards Israel to a point where Israel gets mad, Israel will nuke Iran, and then bye-bye Iran. So if you go to that point, you can't destroy. That's the problem. You allowed these zealots, and I'm being nice, zealots, to have these destructive weapons when they think that they speak with God and they have promises. What if they have a promise to your wife? Let's say God promised them your wife 3,000 years ago, and he has nuclear weapons. And you fight him, and you fight him, and you fight him. And that's their prophecy to get your wife. What would you do? Hello from California. Hello. All right, my friends. What's written on that wall? Right here? Or over there somewhere? I don't know. What's over there? www.legalism.ro. Legalizing.ro. I don't know if that or somewhere else. Sorry, I didn't have time. Usually what's written on walls is sush pula, things like, dick and so on. Why I know that? I lived long enough. All right, tell us more about what is happening now with your government. My friends, I think we waste our time. We waste our time talking about something that doesn't really matter. Not the government needs to be changed. The system needs to be started over. Romania needs to, if we talk about the Romanians, they need to take their military back. They need to kick the foreign armies out. They need to eliminate all the foreign agents in charge of the Romanian intelligence forces. All of them. They're infiltrated, like CIA as well, or the State Department. They need to do that. When they start with that, and then you don't do that by voting. That you mean? Anyway, let's see what we have here. Politicians, actors, sucks. Politics is Jewish magic. All right, friends, I have to go. I'm old. I'm thirsty. What time is it? In the US, it's 5 o'clock. So, all right, here is what? 11. I have to go to drink some water. I didn't use the restroom. Tired, sweaty. I didn't want to go this much with this video or whatever it is, but thank you very much for being here with me again. I will make again videos tomorrow, and I won't stay around too long. I was about to say something, but I changed my mind. Thank you very much for being with me again. Let me show you what this is, since we're talking about what's on the walls. And Romanians, you know what that is in blue? That one over there? Muia. Muia means kind of like suck my dick or something. That's when I was in school. How do you call it? In grade school. It was muia and all that. So let's see what do we have here. Bye, Emil. Until tomorrow, my man. Thank you very much, my friends. Thank you for me again today. I'm gonna go home, drink some African American beer, which is black beer, dark beer. Maybe drink some Tămâiască Românească, my favorite wine. Not eat anything. Drink some water. I need to do that before I drink wine or beer, because if I don't drink water before that, I drink it for thirst. Don't drink wine for thirst. No, that's a sacrilege. Beer, yeah, you can do that. Stay strong. Stay smart. Let me see where I find it. Look for the truth and be just, my friends. Let me just see how I stop this. Thank you for being with me again today, my friends. Thank you. I see, this is the one or not. And stream. Your stream will stop immediately and you will no longer be live. See ya. Ciao.